about what? As you can see, there's construction underway here. They've dug out a little bit. There's water that's accumulated. Time is backed up. In the city the size of Houston, there's always traffic. So what's the back fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? What the fuck are we doing here? Out here to do a story. We'll do a story about what? As you can see, there's construction underway here. They've dug out a little bit. There's water that's accumulated. Time is backed up. In the city the size of Houston, there's always traffic. So what's the back fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? What the fuck are we doing here?
Okay.
Out here to do a story. We'll do a story about what? As you can see, there's construction underway here. They've dug out a little bit. There's water that's accumulated. Time is backed up. In the city the size of Houston, there's always traffic. So what's the back fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? What the fuck are we doing here?
Okay. Yo, what is up, people? What is up? Hope y'all doing good. Let me get this together. Call y'all out, man. Happy Wednesday. Y'all know what it is. Talk to me out there in the PlayStation land. Talk to me. Neon Berry, my brother, what's good? Terry Henderson in the house. What's good, big fella? Well, I'm trying to get this stream up. I got some stuff I want to let's see what we got here. There we go. That's a little bit better, man. It's a little bit better. There you go. Happy Wednesday. Hope y'all doing good out there in PlayStation land. You know what I'm saying? Just getting some stuff together back here on the back end. So y'all bear with me, man. We got J Gamer UK, my brother, always in the house. I appreciate you, fam. Matter of fact, you got a wrench now, man. Here, let me make you a mod, my good brother. There you go. Is Xbox still last in the house? Who else we got? Sam CTM. He said Friday can't come soon enough. Absolutely. Listen, we're gonna have a good time today. We're gonna have a good time right now. Hope y'all on your way to work, listening to the show, or you're chilling at home or whatever. Just hope you're safe and hope you've been well. I've been blessed. I've been good. I'm chilling like a villain. We're going to talk about it. Terry Henderson, Neon Berry, Skritzker, my brother. What's good, fam? Show G in the house. What's good, player? Hope you've been good. Who else we got here? The Unknown, my brother. Listen, they already doing it, man. They already trying to compare it to Forza Horizon. They staying away from that Forza Motorsport 7. That's what they doing. Champion Edition. What's good, my brother? Listen, it's higher than Forza Motorsport 7. That's all that matters. I done Rizzy in the house. What's good, my brother? Listen, brother, I've been busy, man. I've been good. I've been busy. I've been good. Jaydub been taking care of Jaydub, my brother. But I'm here. I'm always here. Jackson Jordan Shabazz in the house. What's good, my brother? My brother? My sister? Whoever? Shout out to you. I'm glad you're here. Shout G. Paul G in the house. What's good, Paul G? I ain't calling you Paul Game. You Paul G, man. The world infamous Paul G. What's good, my brother? Hey, we already know, man. It's good, though. You can't hold down greatness. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold down greatness. The Finest in the house. What's good, my brother? Good morning to you. My brother coming with all the latest news and stuff. Who else 22 in the house? He said, why you been on Triple B? Bro, I'm here. I'm always here. Always, my brother. Always. Ice Queen Gaming here. Star Garden 88. What's good? Dapper G. What's good, fam? Star Garden. We got Hannibal Barker. What's good, my brother? Hey, GT7 is godly. Let me tell you that. We're going to talk a little bit about it. I got a review coming. I got a product review coming. I'm paying some guys to do some editing for me. The project is just, it turned out to be overwhelming. I wanted it to be professional. I want it to be right. And I just don't want to throw some shit out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm paying some people to chop that up and make that clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring y'all some good content, man. Some good content, not just some shit. Plus Ultra in the house. Franco Tech was good. If y'all can, go ahead and tweet this out. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and think about it. Who else got Jackson Gaming in the house? Was good. Was good, player. Was good. Ice Queen. What's good? You've been playing Destiny 2. Which Queen? As you should. That PlayStation banger. That Sony owned banger. You know what I'm saying? GT 45,000. Big facts, my brother. Big facts. Jose Badencourt, my brother. Too many cars. 5 out of 10. You know it. You know it. Afro Thunder, I see you. Hey, listen, for the last week, man, I've been on a sabbatical playing GT7. Shout out to my homie for hooking me up with that. I appreciate that. If you out there listening, the truth in the house was good. Listen, I done shout all you guys out. It's time to get down to business. Y'all know why y'all here. I know why y'all here. We know what the deal is. We got Jackson King Cardine. What's good? What's good? What's good? My brother J Gamer UK, Neon Berry. Bot stepfather had put his kids in. Listen, we gonna talk about it. Y'all see the topics. Y'all see the topics. Y'all know what's going on out there. These bots done lost their goddamn mind. They done lost their goddamn. I think GT7 is the last straw for these Xbox, man. They refuse to ask Phil for some games outside of the holiday season. But what they want to do, they want to come over here, yell, cry, and scream, and downplay Sony's games, Sony's bangers, their exclusives. Porter Rock, my brother, was good, fam. Hey, you know I had to go live. I had to go live. Come on, man. Come on, Porter Rock. Listen, I know you hate cars. I know you're not into races, but you know this is my forte, my brother. Y'all stay tuned. Tomorrow I should have the Fanatic GT DD Pro wheel review. I should have that product review up and running. And then there's a second video that's reviewing GT7. I got a long laundry list of points, and I'll read some of those points out to y'all, but the project just turned out to be too much, man. Shout out to you guys that do all your editing, you do your podcasting, you do all of that stuff. You know, shout out to you guys. To me, it's just, I'm not built like that, man. It's just a lot of time. I'm not creative where it just comes out the way I want it. I'd rather pay somebody else to get that shit going. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Singh in the house. What's good? Wanda. Wanker 76 in the house, as you should, fella. Captain Sidekick, what's good? He said, "Are you coming to Weapon Wheel this or that?" Nah, I won't be on Weapon Wheel, my brother. I won't be on Weapon Wheel. Poppy left in the house. What else we got? I just want to make sure I'm not missing everybody. I'm not missing anybody. But let me go back to telling you real quick about the points I'm going to talk about in my GT7 review. I tackled the museum. I tackled the music. It's one of the best soundtracks since GT3. And we know that was like one of the best soundtracks of any game of all times. It had Lenny Kravitz, Limp Bizkit. It had, Papa Roach. It had all that game there was the definitive racing soundtrack. We're going to talk about the real-time weather system. We're going to talk about engine swaps, GT3 cars, GT500 cars. You can do standing starts. You can do 2x2 rolling starts, stuff like that. We're going to talk about the GT Cafe and how it teaches you about the history of cars. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the spec modes, right? We got A spec and potential of B spec coming that allow you to hire racers to actually race for you and take the risks for the AI. We're actually going to talk about Sophie. For a lot of you guys that heard about the Sophie, it's the AI in the game that is using machine learning in Sony's server to basically simulate what it would be like for a real person. So when you actually racing in the game, you would actually have to compete like you're competing online against real people. So we're going to talk about that. And it basically, you can set it. Eventually, we'll get a spec B where you can set it as you can be a race director. You can call all the shots, tell the cars when to pit and stuff like that. A lot of you guys don't know, GT can become a grind to get money. It can become a grind. You have to, obviously you have to do racing. You have to do your license and stuff like that. But if you want to get the money, right, you're gonna have to race. And so you can kind of, I'm not going to say bypass it, but you can do some races and you can let the AI race for you. And so when you do simulation racing and stuff like that, obviously you want to become number one. You want to be able to still manage the cars and stuff like that, but you don't want to have to put in the 20-30 minutes that it may take to do a race, right? And so this helps. But we're going to talk about in that review. So as you guys can see, some of the topics that I'm going to tackle is very thorough. I want you guys to get a very thorough understanding about this game and what it's capable of and what they've added, right? So that's the hold up on that review. I don't just want to throw it out there and say, hey, 10 out of 10. Y'all already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I want to be thorough on that. This is something I'm very passionate about. Also, we're trying to wrap up with the edits, the angles, and the cuts of the Fanatic DD Pro wheel. Listen, if you can afford it, get it. Make sure, get the 8 nanometer power brick. It's worth it. Trust me. It's a night and day difference. My God, I spent about a week racing with just the standard 5 nanometer setup, the power brick with the, that's in the base. And it was okay. It was smooth and everything. But when you kick it up to 8 nanometers with that power brick, oh my God, it's night and day. And this is coming from someone who has kind of, for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been in the direct drive wheel ecosystem. So I'll be able to compare that to some of my other wheels. But anyway, enough of, I don't want to bore you guys with all that stuff. Let's get down to the topic of the day. I know what y'all here for. We got my man. We're going to talk about Phil Spencer. He's out here yelling at bots to sit down, and he asks his fans not to weaponize games for battles between platforms. He basically told the bots to stand down, let the ponies enjoy their exclusives, go back into hibernation, and wait till holiday. Not my words, but those are Phil Spencer words. You know what I'm saying? That not my words, those are Phil Spencer words. I just want y'all to know that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go ahead and show that. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what Phil Spencer said, because I know some of you guys are not gonna believe me, but hey, that's what Phil Spencer said, man. And if I was you guys, I would take what he say to heart. Like, man, stand down. This is not the battle you guys want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, we ain't doing that. Stop it. Display capture. There we go. All right, just give me 1 second. We're gonna read this. All right, here we go. Let me transition this over. Can y'all see that on screen? Shout out to my man Crap Gamer. He said award-winning Phil Spencer is right. Let's not hate. Let's congratulate. Big facts, brother. Big facts. Big facts. Listen, as an Xbox gamer, you can be salty. You can be mad. You can be all of those things. It is what it is. I'm not going to stop you guys from, you know what I'm saying? From doing the console war stuff, but it's embarrassing that you keep doing this. Instead of you hyping up your own games, instead of you asking for your own shit, here you are, you're talking about not enough water puddles and not enough reflections in the ray tracing and not enough, like, come on, man. You just had your exclusive. You just had Crossfire X, right? Why are you hyping that up? Why come over here and try to downplay the greatness that is Horizon Forbidden West or Sifu or GT7? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But Phil Spencer, he had enough, man. He said, listen, motherfuckers, y'all stop the bullshit. Y'all making me look bad. And I'll read his exact words. And he was talking to his fan base, that this was his fan base. He said, Xbox boss has asked his fans to respect the creators and to celebrate the upcoming PlayStation releases regardless of platforms. Spencer was recently awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award at DICE. Now, we all know he got an award. We don't know what he got it for, but it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. They say that he did a lot of stuff, but when I asked the Xbox guys what did he really do to get the awards, they kind of start mumbling. So all I'm gonna say is I never seen the dude get awarded for being in last place, but hey, that's neither here nor there. But as the article says, Spencer was recently awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award at DICE 2022, following his acceptance speech in which he called out toxic environments in the gaming industry, such as his fan base. Yes, you bots, you're toxic. When asked if he had a message for his fans, Spencer was keen to voice he wished players respected creators rather than use game as ammunition in the console war. He said, I think it's very often that creations can be kind of weaponized and used in battles between platforms and other things. Listen, Phil Spencer's own words. He telling y'all, listen, man, instead of y'all going over there crying about Sony's bangers, stick to your bangers. Just be happy for what I'm giving you. You got your Crossfire X, you had your Bleeding Edge, you had the Battletoads, you had your bangers. What are you crying for? You got your free goatees, right? You got your free games. J Doggy, absolutely, my brother. Blackbeard in the house. But Phil Spencer said, I look at everybody who is brave enough to create something, put it out, have their peers, the industry players, play and analyze and talk about what they do. Let's just celebrate the fact that Gran Turismo is a goatee. Just go out, buy it and play it. Stop whining about it. Basically, I'm just paraphrasing what Phil Spencer said. But there it is. You know what I'm saying? It's all there, black and white. Phil, he said what he said. But some of these guys, some of the extremists, they're going to go out there and, man, Gran Turismo is this and it's that, and it's not this and that. And it's like, okay, well, where is Crossfire X? Why are you not talking about Crossfire X? Then they get quiet and they run off, right? You listen, you're either great or you're not. It is what it is. There can only be one first place. There can only be one last place. Just celebrate being in last place and let us celebrate being in first place. That's all I'm asking as a gamer. Can I enjoy my goatees in peace, bots? Phil Spencer agrees with me. He doesn't agree with you. He's telling you, leave me alone. Let me enjoy my goatees in peace. Stop hating. Do y'all in the chat agree with me? Absolutely. Absolutely. See Fresh, I see you. Yeah, but that's one topic. I mean, every now and then Phil kind of comes out and surprise you. He come out and say some common sense shit. You know what I'm saying? Phil, to his credit, he does go out of his way to give Xbox gamers games. Whether they're good games or whether they're bad games, that's not up to me to judge, but he gives them games. I recall just this holiday season, they were happy. They were parading. They were shouting in the streets. We got Horizon, we got Halo. In the very next month, they started to hate on Sifu. Then they start hating on Horizon Forbidden West. And now they're hating on Gran Turismo 7, the king of all racers. You know what I'm saying? Stunting on these hoes. Absolutely. Carol Anchor. To die for. What's good? What's good? What's good? Terrence Singh. Listen. When Boss Man Phil speaks, I think people need to listen. What they call him, Phil Dominus, Aurelius, Maximus, Spencer, whatever they call him, right? Do you want to listen to him now? He's telling you to respect PlayStation gamers. Stay in your lane. Heat the Heathen Stevens was good. But I do hear the other side of the thing is a lot of people say that Phil gaslights this type of behavior from his fan base. You know what I'm saying? Carol Anchor, yes, this is real. Phil Spencer is lashing out at the Xbox fan base for trying to downplay Gran Turismo and Horizon. It's all there in black and white, Eurogamer.net website. Now here's the thing. I think, well, I'm not even going to say I think. It has to be nerve-wracking, right? Seeing PlayStation get all of these 90s and high 80 Metacritic games just up every month. It seems like every week they putting out some banger every single week. And I get it. That has to sting. There has to be something. That kind of stings in that little heart, right? That says, why do these guys get to gloat? Why do they get to have all these bangers and all these highly Metacritic games? But we get the Crossfire X's. We get the Battletoads. We get the Bleeding Edges. Verge Brizzle, what's good, my brother? I'm just saying. Blackbeard said, Phil is a pony, no cap. Listen, it wouldn't shock me, man. That man, he like goaties. We know he playing Horizon. We know Phil playing Gran Turismo. We know that. He's out there congratulating Digital Polyphony and Sony right now. As he should. You know, people celebrate and they congratulate greatness. Nothing's wrong with that. But on to the next topic. You know, listen, we'll see if the bots, if they're gonna listen to Daddy Phil, Uncle Phil, however they, Maximum Aurelius, whatever they want to call him, however they want to identify Phil Spencer, you know what I'm saying, the Lord and Savior, whatever. We want to see, will they listen to him now that he's telling them to stand down? We'll see. But let's go on to the next topic. We had GT7 reviews to launch today. And my God, this shit hit the fan. Now, anytime a PlayStation game is being reviewed, we can count on them for two things. We can count on those games being goaties and bangers, and we can also account for the clickbait paid shields like Stevivor to give the game a extremely low rated game where everybody else is giving it glowing reviews, 9 out of 10. You can bet your bottom dollar Stevivor will be giving it a 6 or 5. That's just what it is. Cyber Dragon, what's good, my brother? Hope you're having a great Wednesday morning. Nelson, I see you. Listen, Stevivor, for the last, as long as I can think, man, they've only rated PlayStation games extremely low. That's what they do. That's their stick. Well, I think Horizon Forbidden West was the last straw. Everybody gave that game a 9 out of 10, and Stevivor gave it a 65. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm not forcing somebody to say a game is great. Not everybody gonna think a game is great. But when 9 out of 10 reviews say that the game is a 90 plus rated game, and you rated a 50 or a 60, what is it about you, right, that is different from the rest of the pack? Now, it might not be so bad if it was one game, but when you go down a long laundry list of Sony exclusive games and look at what Stevivor has rated those games, it becomes clearly abundant and apparent that these guys just don't like PlayStation games. Or, right, what I think it is they're just doing it for the clickbait. They're doing it for the clickbait because they want people to drive traffic to their channel to see what they got to say about it, whether it's good or bad. That's what they do. They're like at the bottom ass end of the review sites, and they're okay with that. Well, now Sony and Jim Ryan, Herman Hulst, and them, they've had enough. They said, look, we've been giving you guys these free codes to review our games. For the last 20, 30, 50 games, you've just been giving them really low scores, dragging our Metacritic down. Enough. If you want to review our games, fine, but you're going to pay for it. We're not giving you anything free anymore. So guess what? So now they're complaining, oh my God, this is unfair. So Stevivor said, don't worry, it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. Basically, that 65 Metacritic that 50 Metacritic that they're going to give GT7, they're still going to give it. They just got to pay for the code. They just got to pay for the game now. Before, they didn't have to pay. Sony would hand out a copy of a review code to them. And, you know, and listen, when you give somebody something, it's not that you're asking for them to give your game a great score when the game is not great. But don't give a great game a really low score just because you want to get traffic to your channel. That's wrong. That's wrong. Listen, right now GT7 is sitting at a 88 Metacritic score. And guess what? I don't mind that. I think the game is a 95 Metacritic. That's just me. But those couple of people who gave the game a 60 and stuff like that, listen. It is what it is. That's up to the gamer to determine if they're going to go to those people's site and read their content. That's up to the gamer for that. But I do find it very ironic that Stevivor gave Horizon, they gave Gran Turismo, they gave God of War, and a bunch of long laundry list of goatees that were out there. They give them all 60 and 50 Metacritic scores. And listen, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. It's not a bat. Andrew Wilkins, my brother, good morning to you. Shout out to you with the $5. He said, VCG gave it a 60, saying, if you care about just racing, it's great, but scrolling through the menus in the cafe is annoying. Shaking my head. Listen, like I said, that's just what Sony's going to have to deal with. Soldier for Life, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Scope X, welcome. Chaos Master Kevin, what's good? Listen, Sony, listen, when you become number one in the game, right? When you're the king of the hill, you're going to have to deal with these outliers. You're just going to have to deal with it. Again, I appreciate you, Andrew Wilkins. They're going to have to just deal with the people, right? Not everybody is going to always give your games 9 out of 10. Yeah, there's going to be clickbait people that's just what they do. I don't think you can control that. Sony can't control Metacritic. Only Metacritic can control Metacritic. But I will say this, and this is for both sides of the aisle. If I'm running Metacritic, the company, all I would have to do is take the bottom 3 lowest score reviews and get rid of them. And every single game out there would have scored 3 to 4 percentage points higher. So that Horizon Forbidden West, that's an 88 Metacritic, 88, 89 Metacritic, would be a 92, 93, right? GT7 would be sitting at a 92, 93. The Uncharted's would be sitting at a 93, 94. Your God of Wars would be sitting at a 94, 95, 96, right? Your The Last of Us 2 will be sitting at a 96, 90. You see what I'm saying? But Nintendo doesn't get this treatment from Stevivor. They get straight 100s. Even if Nintendo is out there apologizing for some janky game that they didn't just put out. You see what I'm saying? The disparity is there. And listen, I'm not going to cry about it. It is what it is. But just know a 88 from a PlayStation is really a 92, 93. You're going to have to add 3 or 4 points to a PlayStation game, right? To get past all the biasness and get past all the 60s and stuff from all the clickbait sites. If gamers do that, right, then it really wouldn't matter. These are the same people that gave Halo a 10 out of 10. And their first sentence was, Halo is not a perfect game, but they gave it a perfect score. These are the same people that gave Elden Ring, right, a 10 out of 10. And then the next day, they're complaining about the performance of the game. You see what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. Yes, I get it. As gamers, we shouldn't care about scores. We shouldn't. But let's face it. We've been caring about scores since the Game Pro magazines back in the day. When they was rated 1 through 5. Remember they had the different faces? Ecstatic, happy, sad. You know, that's just what it is. And we're not going to change that now. But what we can do is get rid of the clickbait sites. If you have a habit, right, there should be some kind of algorithm that's there. Listen, why do you give Xbox games 20 points higher than you give PlayStation games, knowing that, you know, the bleeding edges, the Battletoads, the Crossfire X's, like, seriously? Are you going to put those games on the same level as a Uncharted, as a God of War, as a Horizon? Because that's what your scores are reflecting. So good for Sony for not giving free shit to these scumbag ass companies, these clickbait companies. And listen, if I'm Australia, because supposedly these guys represent Australia, but if I'm Australian, you guys need to find you some more people besides Stevivor to be your gaming news. It just is what it is. But yeah, they said basically PlayStation Australia does not wish to provide Gran Turismo 7 review code to anyone intending to write about it for Stevivor. Cool. I have no problem with that. And they go on to say, we pride ourselves on fair and honest reviews. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Even the most diehard Xbox guy that can't stand Sony and refuse to buy Sony products would rate Horizon Forbidden West higher than what Stevivor rated it. I'm just saying. So shout out to them. I mean, fucking, you know, you get tired of the bullshit. And let's get on to the cream of the crop, man. The cream of the crop. Digital Foundry came out today and said the GOAT of racing is back. Then you got PC port beggars down here begging for it to come to PC. Shout out to Digital Foundry, man. They did a thorough analysis. They said the ray tracing is lovely and on fleek. They said the physics system has been overhauled. The ray tracing is looking lovely. The game is immaculate and there is no competition in this space. And, you know, kudos to Polyphony Digital. They gave you a PlayStation 5 game, whereas if you play it on PlayStation 5, it's going to look, in, you know, with all the bells and whistles. If you play it on PlayStation, it's still going to look great. It's still going to look better than anything Xbox has to offer. And so at the end of the day, as a gamer, as a PlayStation gamer, hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, back to the topic at hand. Today is a great day. We got GT7 releasing. We got Forspoken coming up. We got quite a few other games coming up. It's a great time to be a PlayStation gamer. It is. I'll be honest, it's a fucking excellent time to be a PlayStation gamer. If you listen, if you don't have a PlayStation, if you're not rocking with PlayStation, I don't know what you're doing. Like, literally, what are you doing? Do you really want to hibernate until the fall? I mean, I can't imagine myself sitting around waiting until this is March, right? Today is March the 2nd. Can you imagine the dudes that have to sit around and wait till November for the next game for Starfield? God damn, that has to fucking suck ass. I hate to say it, man. That has to fucking suck. Like, it's bad enough they started this generation off with 2 next generation consoles and not one single game ready for that console. So they had the balls to do that, to sell you 2 next generation consoles with no games. And then when they finally gave you some time exclusive, what did they give you? They gave you the Falconeer. They gave you the Medium. 2 ultra low scoring games. This is what happened. And then Halo got delayed for a whole year. So you had to sit on your hands for a whole year, you know, and after they gave you Craig and everything. Then they gave you, which I call DLC. They gave you Forza Horizon 5. You know, it's a good game. It's for Forza, right? It's an arcade racing game. It's good. It's not bad by any stretch of imagination, but it wasn't a ground up new game. It was basically just DLC. They just changed the location. They just changed the locale. And if you disagree with me, tell me what other changes did they make in the game? I'll wait. True Bleed, I see you. What's good, my brother? 47 in the house. What's good? So guess what? Because the Xbox guys are in we call it hibernation mode. They have all this time to sit around and talk shit about PlayStation exclusives. Is that literally all you got? Is that everything? I'm just saying, man, like, Jesus. I'm not a big fan of that, only getting games at the end of the year, because then you're sitting around for the rest of the year, right? And some people are going to say, well, you got Game Pass, you got 300. Yeah, but those are a lot of old games I already played and beat already anyway. Having a collection of old shit from multiple generations is not helping. It's not. But, you know, again, maybe Phil Spencer's trying to fix that, right? He's out there telling his Xbox fans to stand down, to leave PlayStation alone, let them enjoy their goatees and stuff like that. So, you know, kudos to him. Some people is going to ignore it. Some people are going to accept it. It is what it is. We did find out recently that Elden Ring sold 80% on PlayStation. Right? So, and this is indicative about, this is indicative of just what happens. You got Guardians of the Galaxy going to Game Pass. It's going to Game Pass because Square Enix says that they missed their projections. The game didn't sell what they thought it was going to sell. You know why? Because the Xbox guys decided not to support the game. They said they were going to wait 6 months to a year for it to come to Game Pass. And this is what's happening all throughout the whole industry. Xbox guys are refusing to buy games. They're going to sit around and wait for them to come to Game Pass. So if you're making a brand new game and you're thinking about putting it on the Xbox platform, just know these guys are not going to buy your product. They're going to sit around and wait for it to come to service. By the time that happens, you've lost your money. You didn't hit your projections, and you're going to try to salvage it some kind of way. You're going to get a fraction of what it could have been. Shout out to my brother Jay Barry, PlayStation Nation in the house. Listen, man. Hey, Barry, they don't respect gaming. Xbox guys don't respect gaming. They don't buy their games. They don't support their games. And this is why they have to sit around and wait to holiday season every year before they get something. And God, listen, I hope Starfield is a great game. I hope they knock it out the park. But man, if that game is dog shit, that means they would have waited a whole 11 months for nothing. Of course, they won't tell you it's dog shit, right? We're going to see because of Metacritic score and stuff like that, but they'll do what they did with Bleeding Edge and Battletoads, right? They'll say, oh my God, it's great to me. It's good to me. Anthony Vasquez was good, my brother. It's good. It's great to me. I'm having fun. It's fun. That's what they do. When they get a dud like Crossfire, hey, I'm having fun. You're not having fun. That's a you problem. You see what I'm saying? These dudes fail to acknowledge their games are fucking ass. You gotta acknowledge that your games are great or not great. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you got to. My man Fat Gamer, what's good, Fat Gamer? Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for giving me some views and some likes and, you know what I'm saying, keeping my name popping, keeping it hot. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, big fella. As you should, Jay Barry. You should sip your tea. Listen, True Bleed. Listen, GT7 is not a online only game. It has an arcade mode. If you're into arcade, you just want to race, you don't want to get online with people, you don't want to do all kind of stuff that requires cheating software and stuff like that, then hey, play the arcade mode to your heart's content. You can play it offline. But if you go to sport mode, if you go to simulation and you go to some of the other modes, that requires that you get authenticated online. It requires that you have an internet connection. That's how they keep people from cheating. I don't know if you realize, but Gran Turismo is a Olympic sport. It actually links to FIA. You can actually get your real world racing license. So in order for having all of this software that needs to be installed and stuff like that, they have it where all your stuff is kept online. So as soon as you boot up the game and you go to sport mode or simulation, it connects you online. Your information stores on the servers. So I know a lot of people out here, you gotta have it online. Listen. Play arcade mode. You can play arcade mode offline. It's just like the previous Gran Turismos, barring Gran Turismo Sport, because that was literally a online only game because it was an esports game. That's what it was designed to be. It wasn't designed to be a mainline Gran Turismo. They told you that before the game even came out, but the casuals ended up crying and whining about it anyway. And no, I don't think that they're going to change the online requirement. The online there is to prevent cheaters. Absolutely. You can't be an Olympic sport and you can't have listen, you got games like racing simulators like iRacing and Assetto Corsa. They require the exact same thing. And listen, if you're not a simulation fan, then hey, maybe this game is not for you. Go over there to Forza. They got rewind buttons and they may not require online or whatever. That it is what it is. But I'm gonna be honest, right? If you're looking to get the full breakdown of Gran Turismo, if you play any of the previous Gran Turismo, mainline Gran Turismo games, then you would know what to expect. And that's the thing about it. I think a lot of people, either they didn't play the previous Gran Turismos or they can't remember. The last Gran Turismo they played was probably 1, 2, or 3, right? Back on the PlayStation 2. And so it's been a long time since they fuck with Gran Turismo, so they done forgot what all this shit is about. Back then, it came with 2 discs. You had your arcade disc and you had your simulation disc. The arcade disc was for the casuals. It was for people that just want to get in there and race. You didn't have to worry about the licenses, unlocking your racing license and none of that stuff. You just go in there and you race. Arcade mode, right? And people had fun with that. It's a lot of people didn't step into the simulation side of the aisle. But then for those like me, right, that are into simulation, they pop that simulation disc in and that's what that was for. There's going to be some people that play Gran Turismo 7 and never go into the sport mode. They never go into the simulation mode. That never go into the cafe, never go into all kind of other stuff. And that's fine. You got the best of both worlds. That's what GT7 is. It's Gran Turismo. If you ever play any of the previous Gran Turismos, that it's always been there. But again, you're always going to have people crying and whining about something. Listen, did Xbox get an unfair shake back in 2013 with the whole always online? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they got an unfair shake. They was ahead of its time. Back then, you had a lot of people that weren't ready to go always digital and always online. They had, the internet wasn't what it was. Social media wasn't what it was. Speeds wasn't what it is. Now everyone has a gig internet. Back then in 2013, I mean, shit, most people just happen to have 100 megabits per second. That was a long fucking time ago. So people trying to equate 2022 to the Donnie D days, like, come on, you fucking reaching. Like I said, like Donnie D told y'all, we have, if you don't like this, we have a game for you. It's called Forza. And I'm okay with that. Shout out to Digital Polyphony. Gran Turismo Sport sold over 14 million copies, and it's not even a mainline Gran Turismo game. It was their side project, an esports only side project, and they were able to sell 14 million copies. So Gran Turismo 7 is finna go fucking bananas. This game's 20 million easy. And for some of you guys, well, Gran Turismo 6 only sold 6-7 million copies. Yeah, but they released that game at the same time the PS4 was coming out. There's a lot of people wasn't fucking rocking with Gran Turismo 6. I wasn't rocking with Gran Turismo 6 because I just knew that they were probably going to port Gran Turismo 6 over to PlayStation 4. So people just sat on the fence. And eventually we got Gran Turismo Sport. They didn't port the Gran Turismo 6, and it is what it is. That was their decision to make. They have to live with that. Listen, James Williams, 400 megabytes a second, man, is fucking fast. Chav said, Jay, how fast does GT7 load races on PS5? Listen, probably about a little bit under 2 seconds. under 2 seconds. On the PS4 and the PS4 Pro is around 30 seconds. So that SSD is cranking out. That shit is gravy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the thing about it is you don't have, like, I'll be honest, playing Gran Turismo Sport, because it was used to the loading, that 30-second load time, I would typically, you know what I'm saying, while I'm waiting for it to load, I would get on my phone, fire some tweets out, check my emails and stuff like that. Well, now that fucking SSD shit, I don't, like, literally when I hit a button, like literally in the blink of an eye, that shit is ready. I'm on the track. My race is starting. Captain Sidekick, listen, I have the Fanatic DD Pro. I have the review of that wheel. I have that coming. It should be uploaded tomorrow. I hired some people to work on it and get it edited properly because it was taking a lot of time and I didn't have the time. So look out for that. But I'll tell you now, man, it's a must-have. If you are a true simulation fan, I recommend investing in a wheel. If that's your thing, you can still race with the DualSense controller. It still feels great. You can feel the tires slipping. You can feel the feedback. You can tell all that detail within your hands. But if you use a racing wheel, but not only a racing wheel, but a direct drive wheel, it will blow your mind. When you find yourself at the edge of a corner, like, and you starting to lose grip, you're able to correct in time and fix that before flying off the track and crashing. So, but there's a lot of people that don't really, they like racers. They're kind of casual. They're thinking about getting a racing wheel or not. Listen, it may not be your thing. Maybe you get a cheaper wheel, right? And get your feet wet. But for those diehard simulation fans, man, listen, you know what it is. Most of you already have racing wheels, racing cockpit set up. You do the whole sim thing. You know, you're racing all the time online. You know what it is. You know about the Assetto Corsa Competiciones. You know about the iRacing. You know about your Gran Turismo Sports and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Do they have DualSense wheel and pedals? Listen, if you get a good racing wheel, you don't have to worry about the DualSense haptic feedback, and all that stuff is built into the wheel. Well, that's what I was telling you with the Fanatic, with the direct drive wheels, you feel all of that stuff, everything. Anytime you hit a curb, anytime you know what I'm saying, you hit a patch of dust, you feel that. Anytime you jump, like you go over that hill on the Nordschleife, the Nürburgring track, when everybody know that infamous hill that you go down and you go up under and it basically your car can become airborne, you feel that in your wheel. You feel it get really light until you slam back down to the ground and you actually have control back. It's a next level, man. It's really next level. Listen, the G93, the 293, 923, I think. All the Logitech wheels are great. The Fanatic line is great. The Thrustmaster line is great. Pause. Johnny Gamer, my brother, what's good? Johnny Gaming in the house. Listen, but I do understand, man. Not everybody really, you know, and not everybody really. K. Freeman, are the physics improved? Yes, they are improved. It's not going to be they scrapped everything that they've been working on for the last decade and they started from scratch. No. You know why? Because they've perfected a lot of stuff. This is why they're able to partner with the FIA sanctioned body to be able to offer real world racing license, because they've kind of perfected that. They have made tweaks. You got to realize now, like, your body kits that you put on cost increased weight to the car. So the weight of the car is going to affect how the car handle, the aerodynamics of the wings of the body kit and stuff like that. You have to do your I'll call it, put it in the wind simulation tool. You have to use that to see how does that improve your car or throw off the balance of your car. It's just like real life. You just can't be slapping a wing on a car just because it looked great. But if your car feels shitty because it's unbalanced, too much downforce and not enough downforce in one area to the next, then it's going to control pretty horribly. You're going to have too much oversteer or not enough oversteer and stuff like that. So yes, in that case, the physics did improve. But it's not going to be a night and day difference because they've kind of perfected what they were trying to do. Brown Devil, shout out to you, my brother, Brown Devil, with the $5. I appreciate you, my brother. Hope you have a blessed day and a blessed morning, man. Yes, Gran Turismo 7 will be PSVR 2 enabled, full grid and everything based on the rumors. Supposedly this PSVR 2 is supposed to launch this fall. I don't know what the price is going to be. I assume the price is going to be $399 like the original one, because there's a lot of tech. The tech specs wise, you can't buy. There's not a VR on the market outside of the what they call that fucking. It's like a 8K VR. That shit's crazy. But for a mainline, it's better than the Oculus. It's better than the HTC's Vive. It's better than all of those. So, hey, you got 4K HDR, OLED right there. You have your 3D audio. You have your built-in haptic feedback on the headset. So when you playing COD or some shooter and you get shot in the fucking head, you're gonna feel that shit. So, I mean, listen, if you're in the PlayStation ecosystem, man, like, you're getting bombarded with all of these fucking great games. That shit's crazy. We got Forspoken come out. That's going to be another banger. We got Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 coming up. We got God of War, the King of all kings, is coming this year. And dudes are sitting around hating and mad and waiting for the goddamn Starfield, something they haven't seen not an inch of fucking single second of gameplay, and yet they screaming through the roof, this is our savior. That shit is crazy. Okay, Terry Henderson, yeah, shout out to you, brother. This will be your first VR headset. Okay, hey, you're gonna be thoroughly surprised, man. Thoroughly surprised. Listen, I can't wait till y'all see my reviews on the Fanatic wheel. I'll tell you now, it's definitely a must-have item. I wanted to have it in anticipation of GT7 releasing this week. I've had it, been putting some time in. One thing I want to figure out is what's the day one patch going to be? Is there a day one patch for GT7? I don't know. I haven't been told that there is one, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to be different or not, you know. I haven't encountered any bugs or anything like that. Blue Mustang 357, my brother. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for that, man. Hope you have a blessed day. He said, can't wait for GT7. I got my Logitech G923 wheel already, and my stand will be delivered to my brother ready. Listen, my PSN ID is Jaydub City. Add me, brother, because we gonna be on that thing. I'm gonna be streaming left and right. My channel is gonna be flooded with nothing but Gran Turismo stuff. I was able to get a review copy through a friend. I've been playing it on an alternate account. Only because I'm new to this whole, I don't know how all that review copy shit, what you can show, what you can't show. I got to get out more details and shit about all of that. The last thing I want to do is, you know, get a review code, get into this shit, and then fucking get copyright strikes and get my privileges revoked because I did some shit that I didn't know I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I've asked some people about it. You know, some people say it really just depends on, you know, if they give you a hard date when you can really, like, date and time when you can release it, you can do that. But even just like on Twitter and stuff, like, what can you say and you can't say? Like, I heard that they monitor that stuff, so that's why I don't know. Again, if any of you guys have kind of in the know about all of that, y'all let me up. I mean, put me on game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm old school in that nature. I just don't know. You know, I'm not into all of that. But I do want to ask, somebody said, Chav said, Jay, can you describe the tuning aspect of GT7? Listen, you can tune pretty, if you play any of the previous Gran Turismos, Gran Turismo 4, Gran Turismo 3, you kind of know what to expect as far as the tuning. But here's the thing, like, this is the first time that, like, I'm gonna be honest, this shit is a whole different level. Now, we've had tuning in games before, right? We've had the Midnight Clubs, we've had the Need for Speeds, we've had the Forzas and stuff, but it's just something about this shit. It's I don't know if it's the ray tracing. I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is, but Blue Mustang, I got your invite, brother. I am adding you right now. All right, you are on my friends list, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, live and direct. But turbos, you can do, listen, a lot of people are excited. You can do engine swaps now. You got your engine swaps, body kits, obviously, you know, you can change your chips, CPUs, fuel injections, your transmissions, intakes, exhaust. But here's the thing, like, man, I'm just like, this shit is crazy. You gotta see this game. Shout out to my man Jay Barry, the captain of PlayStation Nation, the lisp of YouTube and Twitter, with the $20. I appreciate you, my G. He said, PlayStation is the only next generation console currently out. It feels great to be a PlayStation gamer. So many great games. 2022 is starting off fire. Absolutely, my brother. Abso-fucking-lutely. Listen, if you would have told me starting off the first year and the second year of this generation, Sony would shower you with nothing but bangers and goatees, I wouldn't have believed it. Because from what I understood, the first 2 or 3 years of every generation is normally dry. Well, that's not true. If you over here on PlayStation Nation, it's never been dry on this side, player. Listen, that I keep telling boys, they keep going back to 2013 and 2014. I told them that those days are over. No longer will the days of dry spells be amongst us. Jim Ryan and Herman Host ain't playing that shit no more. They giving you the third-party exclusive deals, the third-party marketing deals, the second party, the first party, all of that, the exclusivity. They giving you just, I mean, the overwhelming. Within the last 3 weeks, we've got like 3 bangers. We got Sifu, we got Horizon, and now Gran Turismo. Let that sink in. And listen, I may be missing 1 or 2 games. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes that shit just fucking crazy. Shout out to Square Enix. Yeah, I'm missing that one game by Square Enix, man. It's kind of been flying low under the radar. I saw my boy J-Tech posting about it. Barry, you probably know what game I'm talking about. Babylon's Fall. That's what it is. Yeah, Babylon's Fall. I'm gonna check that out. Gotta support it. Gotta buy it. Gotta support it. But I'm gonna be honest. I mean, it can get overwhelming over here on the PlayStation side when they just dropping games left and right, left and right, left and right. That shit crazy. On top of Elden Ring, on top of other things, you know, you got Grand Theft Auto coming out. You know, that's a PlayStation 5 marketed game with all, I mean, that shit crazy. A lot of people, well, yeah, they need to push stuff back. It's no, so listen, if they dropping, all right, y'all go check out Barry's channel. He got a video dropping soon about Babylon's Fall. I'm gonna definitely be on that thing. But I'm gonna be honest, man, GT, you know, I'm on Horizon now and I gotta wrap up Sifu and GT7. I mean, y'all know that shit, ooh, that shit gonna take the bulk of my time, man. I might have to just cop it and play it sometime in the near future. But my next game that I look forward to is Forspoken. I think that is flying under the radar for a lot of people. It's doing what Sifu did. Well, a lot of people just really wasn't sure about the game until it got closer, and then Sony started dropping the fucking badass crazy trailers, and then people was all in. They were all in on Sifu. Once the last couple of trailers got close to launching, the game launch, then they were like, oh yeah, I'm in it. Then that's what all the hype. So you might look at a game like Forspoken and be like, I'm not undecided about it. I'm undecided about it yet. But once you get closer and you start seeing the trailers looking better and better and better, then that's when people tend to, that's when people tend to gravitate. Yeah, Forspoken, man. Hey, listen, that shit gonna be fire. That shit gonna be fire. Listen, man. Whether you like PlayStation or not, if you're an Xbox guy, listen, don't do yourself a disservice. Don't just hate for no reason. Phil Spencer's out here telling you don't hate, congratulate. Go out there, try to get yourself a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. These guys are the GOATs. Let them do what they do. They gonna produce high quality AAA bangers, and you just gotta wait to November. But go out here and get yourself a PlayStation, man. Don't be sulky and salty. Don't be out there, posting old crazy videos and clips and stuff like that, trying to downplay. Swing, soon as you get, who was that? It was that dude, that J-Rock dude. Soon as he bought Horizon Forbidden West for PlayStation 5, he went out there and cutting videos talking about he's swinging at the grass and shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? See, people like that, that's who Phil Spencer's talking about right now. He's telling you goofies to sit your ass down. Y'all embarrassing him. That's basically what he's saying. He's saying, look, y'all embarrassing me right about now. I need y'all to chill out. And y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to chill out. Listen, we got Stray coming. I forgot about that, Terry Henderson. Listen, it's a lot of games we got coming. I mean, again, I do believe they're going to finish the year with God of War. They're going to make 2022 is going to be the 2020 of this generation. And then guess what? Next year we got fucking Spider-Man 2. We got Wolverine. We got games that they haven't even announced yet. Get on the sticks. What's good, player? What's good? 47 said, I really hope Amy Hennig tastes success again with Forspoken. Her contribution to Uncharted were huge. Listen, yeah, absolutely. Hogwarts is coming out. Yeah. Can't wait for the Harry Potter game. It's a lot of games, man, that's coming out. But Sony is starting off the year fucking strong. They started off the generation strong, swinging with, exclusives and bangers and high quality shit. You know what I'm saying? And listen, throughout all the Metacritic bullshit, throughout all the Stevivors and all of that, right? Throughout all of that shit, Sony didn't have to pay no shields to go out there and sell them on the service. What Jim Ryan said, he said, look, we let the games do the talking. And at the end of the day, that's how it should be. Let the games do the talking. You shouldn't have to give people Cyberpunk chairs. You shouldn't have to give them free shit, right? You shouldn't. Shout out to Felicia Day. You shouldn't have to give people free shit in order for them to like your games and shit. Like, fuck that. You make a great game, people will buy it. Gamers will always speak with their wallet. And those other people, they get shitty services and they get to wait till Christmas time before they can play games. And that's just what it is. We just 2 years into this generation, just 2 years, and they already matching, if I'm not going to say they exceeded yet, but they're already matching last generation's success. Can you imagine when God of War come out? We know this God of War Ragnarok is going to exceed the last 2018 version, right? We know it's going to outdo that. But then we're going to get Spider-Man 2 with Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Venom. And my man, what's his name? Tony Todd playing Venom, the voice of Venom. And then you got Wolverine coming. Like, are you crazy? Like, that shit gonna be crazy. Yeah, it's nuts, man. Listen, PlayStation is hater proof. Throughout all the hate, throughout all the media shields, and all the people, you know, trying to downplay that shit, they can't downplay great games, and that's just what it is. This is why Gran Turismo 7 is going to sell fucking 20 million copies. This is why the next God of War going to sell 20 million copies. This is why Horizon sold 20 million copies. This is why the other God of War sold 20 million. This is why The Last of Us and Uncharted and all those other games, you know, sold fucking 20 million copies. Jazz, my brother, what's good? What is good, player? Hope you're having a great morning. Listen, now is the perfect time to be on PlayStation Nation's train. The games are here. The games have never stopped coming. But if you're out there, I do want to talk one little thing before I get out of here, man, before I let y'all get on to y'all day. What do y'all think about the world's most powerful console getting outdone in all of these matchups, these performance Digital Foundry videos and these analysis? What do y'all think about that? Do y'all find that funny and fishy that the people that hyped up eating monsters for breakfast, 12 T-flops, dual stack GPU, rapid pack math, velocity engine, and RDNA 2, RDNA, you know, full RDNA. Like, do you find that they don't even talk about that anymore? The tools, they don't talk about performance anymore. What happened? I'm just wondering, like, what happened? I was told, right, that the PS5 was a hybrid system. It was RDNA 1.5. It still had GCN and some RDNA 2 features. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was told. I was told it was just a 9 T-flop system. I'm just trying to understand, how is 9 T-flops outdoing 12 T-flops? Maybe that's why we haven't seen any of the Xbox guys or even Aaron Greenberg or Phil Spencer or any of those guys talk about performance in quite some time. I just find that ironic. I find it very funny and ironic. You had dudes talking about you had dudes talking about this was it. The PS5, it was last gen, it was already outdated. They working on the PS5 Pro already. I mean, you had dudes saying all kind of crazy weird shit. But then you got the world's most powerful console getting dog walked by a much weaker, like, what did they do with the extra 3 T-flops? Surely it should have the better running version of the multiplats, at least, right? Shouldn't it be able to brute force? Southstar, you see it. PlayStation is dead, man, walking big facts. Big facts. Copy left said 40 to 50 frames delta on GPU alone. Listen, I didn't make this stuff up. I'm just reporting what these guys said. And I'm just wondering, when is the shit that they said ever gonna come to fruition? Because all I'm seeing is PlayStation has the better exclusive. They have the better running version of the multiplats. They have VR. They have, all kind of instant loading with the SSD and all kind of shit. I'm just not seeing what was sold to us from the Xbox side. Listen, we're 2 years into this console war. We're 2 years and we haven't, like, has anybody checked on RDX NAM and find out, like, what happened? Like, when is the coming of man? You know, when is Jesus coming back? When is the Xbox Jesus coming? When is that GPU 12 T-flop sky gonna crack open? I'm just wondering when. That's all. I just thought I'd pose that question. You know what I'm saying? When people tell me they have the world's most, listen, if I tell you I have the world's fastest car, right? I gotta be able to prove that. Yeah, man. Listen, the Lambo ain't as fast as a Bugatti Chiron. It's not. You know what I'm saying? And so I gotta stand on that. But I never said that a Lamborghini Aventador is faster than a Bugatti, right? I wouldn't dare say that. But some of these dudes have said that. So if you're out here saying that your Lamborghini is faster than, you know what I'm saying, a Ford pickup truck, which it should be, because the specs show that it should be, why is that F-150 dragging your ass down the road? Pause. Why is that F-150 outrunning your ass? I'm not understanding. And nobody is asking these questions. Nobody is coming to the, I need some clarification. I need closure to this. Lorenzo said they promised a Hellcat and got a Daewoo. God damn. My man went back to the Daewoos. Y'all remember that? Oh man, listen, we keep telling them boys. Mark Cerny said paper specs mean nothing. Show me what you got. Show me what you got for a pork chop. Yeah, but these boys mad out here, man. They ain't got no performance, they ain't got no games, and they gotta wait till holiday to get something that they don't know if it's really going to be great or not. That shit is crazy. Southstar said PS5 did an engine swap with the X Series X internals. Oh man. Oh man. Aloy Dead Star. Hey, yeah, I heard about that, man. I heard that a lot of people are not supporting Russia in the game. Yeah, that's, you know, anytime you have any political wars and stuff like that, man, that stuff typically happen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jaydub, are they gonna have Sony car in GT7? That'll be dope. It's not currently. Not that I've noticed. It's not currently. I can see that, yeah. But I think they've been busy highlighting some of the new partnerships that they got in the game, as far as Porsche's concept cars, Mazda's concept cars, Mercedes concept cars, and stuff like that. You know, some of those cars are built specifically for Gran Turismo game. It's to highlight their heritage and hard work. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Gamer said Xbox got no power advantage in no games. They got to celebrate. Oh man. Yeah, games going to Game Pass and how they say $25. Oh man, yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad out here. J Doggy, man, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what they're gonna do. It's really weird. They're not really saying anything. They have not spoken about performance at all. And that's what they've been talking about for quite a long time. Snake Doctor, yes, all of the sounds, all the accurate sounds are there in Gran Turismo 7. Now, just remember, right? Ford GT is a twin turbo 3-liter car. It's equivalent to a Nissan GTR, right? So when it comes to sounds, those twin turbo small 6-cylinder, you're never going to get that V8 grumble out of that, right? So if you're looking for that throaty, you would never get that out of a V6 and out of twin turbos. If you want that meaty V8, you got it. Listen, they got my Shelby GT350R in the game. Flat plane crank. The shit is revving to 85, 87, close to 9,000 RPM. Shit sounds fucking crazy. Your ears fucking will bleed. That's how that shit sound. Now you got to take into account, right? Are you in the car? Are you out of the car? Stuff like that, because your car is going to sound different depending on. But you typically know that the GTE cars, they strip all the sound deadening material out of it, right? Not to get too techie, but out of the cars. So the sound that you're going to get is going to be typically from the engine itself, because that's a mid-engine car and it's right behind your head. And so that exhaust is going out the back. So the people who's driving behind you, they're going to be able to fucking hear that engine whine perfectly. You, on the other hand, you're in front of that sound. So your angle of what that car should sound like may be a little bit different, but it's a GTE car, right? It's a GT car. So the sounds is accurate as far as I know. And I'll be honest, a lot of those GT cars, because you got, how can I put it? Because the specification and the restrictions of their classification, you got your engine sizes, the amount of horsepower you're able to make, and the size and the displacement and all that stuff. A lot of them sound very similar, but that's just like in real life. But the days of cars sounding like vacuums is over. That's been over. That was over with GT6. Let alone Gran Turismo Sport and stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, it's just I'm gonna be honest, right? The way that the industry is going, automotive is going, everything is smaller displacement, turbos, or electric, right? So the days of that growl of the V10s, the V8s howling at full song, those days are over, and it's sad, right? It's kind of like bittersweet. I embrace the electric future, but the number one thing I'm going to be upset about is there's not going to be any more sound anymore. Someone downshifting the third gear on the freeway, blasting like that sound just moves you if you're a gearhead, right? Those days are gonna be gone. Everything is like the fucking Tesla. You're gonna get the whine, the silent whine, right? So yeah, man, we got to share a tear for that. Barrios, my brother, he said bots mad. Yeah, they out there fighting for their life, man. They out there swinging for the fences. They out there hating. Why they get some goatees? Well, goatees it. Well, we gotta wait till November. Yeah, hey, listen, that C8Z06, yeah. But I've in the past, I've always given the Corvette a lot of shit, right? Because it was always known as a poor man's Ferrari. It was closer to the triple six digits, the $100,000 territory, and people know once you get closer to the $100,000 territory, you start looking for a different class of cars. Like, I wouldn't spend $100,000 for a Chevy when I can get me a Ferrari, a Lambo, a McLaren, or something like that, right? It puts you in a different. You start looking the Italian and the British route, right? That's kind of why they killed the SRT Viper. Remember, it was Dodge Viper, then they changed to SRT to be its own, and that's why they kind of killed that, because it was right at $100,000. And people, when you start spending triple digits, those six extra digits, when you get into that $100,000 territory, people start looking elsewhere. Their requirements start being like, well, if I'm gonna spend $100,000 on a Corvette, yeah, it's a Corvette, but it's still a Chevy. It's still a GM product, right? It's still an American car. I might as well go and get this BMW over here, this M6. I might as well get, this and that. I'm just saying that's just kind of what it is. And that's just from my point of view, not to get, I can go on for hours and hours and hours speaking of all of this stuff. But anyway, man, let me go ahead and get out of here. The king of racing is back. Yeah, Snake Doctor, yeah, but that's before markups. You know what I'm saying? Dealership will mark that shit up extra 12, 15 grand. So you had $100,000. How can I put it? What are we putting? Gran Turismo, the king of racing, is back. Bots are upset. Phil Spencer is trying to tell them to shut up. They're embarrassing him by trying to downplay Sony's games. And Stevivor is out of there. Sony said they had enough of their bullshit. It is what it is. Anyway, man, y'all have a great day. I'm finna get ready to get out of here. Y'all have a very blessed day. See y'all on Twitter. I'm gonna still be kicking up my dust. Remember, PlayStation greatness is here and they can't do nothing about it. Nothing about it. I haven't beaten Forza Horizon Forbidden West yet. But I'm trying to beat that today or tomorrow. I'm not far from it. Anyway, thank y'all for stopping by and supporting me, man. I appreciate you, each and every one of y'all, man. I'm gonna do another stream, maybe not today or tomorrow or something like that, but be looking for my product reviews. I got my Fanatic wheel lineup reviews coming out. I got my GT7 review coming up. You know what I'm saying? This morning I had to jump on the GT7 shit. Y'all know this is my shit. That's what I do. So I had to speak about it. I couldn't wait for the reviews and all that shit to come out. Anyway,